Hey guys, so in today's video we will be showing you how to build a skyscraper on Palworld. Um, this has taken me about 5 days, so if you leave a like, comment and subscribe, that'll be greatly appreciated, as I've put a lot of effort into getting this going. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, we're going to need to put a power bed down. Basically, placing a power bed is going to help keep you aligned, so no matter where you look, your power bed is always going to point you in the direction of where we're going to be building our spiraling tower. Right, so I want my tower to be about roughly 10 to 15 paces away. And when I'm putting my power bed there, and when I'm putting my power bed down, you're going to want to rotate it 5 clicks anti-clockwise. And now, every time you lay down and get up, you'll face in the exact same direction. After using the power bed, you're only going to want to use the W, S, A, and D, or the right thumbstick. You're going to want to completely forget about the left thumbstick. Alright, now you want to choose your stone pillar, and you want to walk about the 10 to 15 paces away from your power bed. Place it down, and then after that, you're going to want to place this next one down, just like I'm doing here. The best way I could possibly do it was just line up the bottom things to be almost exact. And then, yeah, so as you can see, you're going to want to put the roof tiles behind that first pillar that you made. And this is going to be the first step to building up your tower. So go down and put the 4 pillars on each corner. And this will just help keep it up while you go ahead and finish the rest. So now you're going to want to put 2 roofs onto the pillar, that very first one that you put down. And then you're going to want to put a stone pillar exactly on that far corner. Exactly where I do, right there. And now this is going to be your 0-degree pillar. And you're basically going to work around from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. And then just from that, you'll be able to build that spiraling tower. Right, next is going and laying down in your power bed just to realign again. You're going to be doing this a lot, so get used to it. Right, now select your pillar, run back in, and delete that original pillar and replace it with this one. Except this time, you're going to want to rotate 1 click, and you're going to continue to do this throughout the this process. Just 1 click every time, and you'll see when I put the next couple of roofs on that it's going to help us keep these pillars perfectly in line. And that 1 click of rotation is also going to is what's going to actually build the spiraling spiraling skyscraper. So yet again, lay back down in your power bed, hop back up, walk back over, and do the same thing, except this time, on your way there, you're going to want to move the pillar back, so rotate it clockwise 1 click, so it's back in its original position. Now you can rotate it 2 clicks. And that's just to help you keep track of where, what you're at, where you're up to, sort of thing. Alright, now you go down, put the next pillar down, and you just rinse and repeat this whole process until you got all 10 pillars down. So yet again. Alright, so eventually you will run into a problem. Once you hit the 7th pillar, it is going to end up getting in your way, and it's going to move you around. So what I personally like to do is I like to build 2 roofs onto it and just move it out of the way. So see here, that's not really that's out of the way. So put the pillar down, and then I'll just go through, delete the 2 roofs, and then delete that 7th pillar. now that pillar's not in the way, and we can always just build the 2 roofs back on and put him back into place right at the end, which is what we do. Now you go lay back down, hop back up, and off we go. Keep doing this until eventually you will have the 10 pillars lined up, and the 7th pillar is going to be out of the way. Once you got this all done, we're going to go and work onto the 5-degree pillars. So for the 5-degree pillars, for the 5-degree pillars, you're going to want to use the wooden defensive walls, because they just work off in 5-degree rotations, where the other walls, your normal foundation walls, they work off 10 degrees. So using this will help you get your 5-degree pillars in there, because you want a little bit extra from what we have in there to get the spiraling. So we're going to go down here and we're going to place down, we're going to place down our walls. But first, we're going to line up the wall with that original pillar. So my way of doing it is I just like to walk straight into the pillar, and then I just start walking backwards, only using the W and S keys. And then once it's lined up, but it's a little bit away from what I'm doing, I'll then go through and connect these up to each other and try and get them as straight as possible. So to do that, I like to use three different ones, connect them all, and then I'll go check the front to see if it's straight. If it's not, I delete the first 2, I go back and I just correct it. And that's all it really is. So here I am going back and I'm just correcting it, putting them all back on, and I'll go back and I'll have a look. Yep, to me that looks completely straight, so we're going to go with that. Now I'm going to go through, delete those 2 again, add another one, but this time I'm going to do 1 rotation clockwise, and now that's giving me my 5 degrees. Place that down, pull out your pillars, and now you'll notice that your pillar is already set up at a 5-degree angle. So now it's basically the same process as before. Lay down in our pal bed, walk over, place down your pillar, and as you can see it's on a slight angle now. So yeah, place down the pillar in the exact same position, put your 2 roof tiles down, and you should notice that now it fits perfectly in between those 2 pillars. And yet again, just like before, it's rinse and repeat. We're just going to go through and we're going to do the exact same thing all the way through to our 7th pillar again. And just like before, the 7th pillar will get in your way. So we're going to move this one out of the way, but we're going to move it in the opposite direction this time. So instead of sending it that way, we're going to connect 2 roofs, going to our left type thing. Now we attach the pillar, delete those 2, and delete the 7th pillar 5 degrees, and just continue through until you have all 20 pillars lined up. And this right here is what you're going to use to build your spiraling tower. So from here you can go through and delete that whole thing. I think I accidentally left that one there, but you can delete that whole structure in the middle. Keep the pillars that are surrounded. And now from here is the fun part. That was honestly the hard part. This is now the fun part. Excuse my bird. What you want to do from here is you just want to build this up as high as you possibly can. I think I personally, to start with, I think I went to like 90 something levels up, but I was like 89 levels or something. I was like, screw it, it's almost at 100, I may as well go to 100. So we went to 100. At this time this is 89, but throughout the build I ended up counting them and yeah, chucking it up to 100 or 102 or something. I think I lost count. But once you get all that done, you will be ready to start the next thing. And from here on out, it's all pretty simple, but this is where it takes a lot of your materials. So you're going to want to build from that very first pillar in towards the center. And what you're going to do is you're going to come up, you're going to connect. Okay, so you're going to connect that pillar to the top one. But what I didn't do right is that bottom pillar. I should have deleted that first and then go down and put a new pillar in like I'm doing here. Always connect above you when you're doing this bit. So you connect to the 5-degree pillar now, go along, put the pillar in, but always connecting it to the roofs above you. That way you're going to get the angle of the one above, and that pillar is going to slowly turn and turn and turn using the extra pillars we did before. So you notice how like now it's starting to stack and it's starting to rotate each time. So you're just going to go through and you're going to continue to do this over and over again until you reach the end of the 20 pillars. Sorry about the background noise. So once you reach the end of the 20 pillars, you're going to run out, but you can always just run 2 straight back to that 5 degrees. That 5-degree pillar. And then what I like to do personally is, instead of using different materials or anything like that, I'll just paint the pillars that run back. Basically, they're your support pillars. You'll be deleting those later on. Yeah, so connect those 2 roof tiles, connect it back to the 10-degree pillar, and then you run it, and you'll notice that it sticks out a little bit extra now. And then after that, you just keep building it all the way up. Yeah, and eventually it'll be all the way at the top. In this bit, man, go put some music in or something, because this shit takes so like, this shit took way too long. Excuse the French, but it did. So, put some music in. Put a podcast on, do something. I eventually do that, and the music or the sound on this will cut out soon. That's because I did put some music in. And then eventually go through, delete everything, like you see me doing just before, and you'll be left with, delete everything that's painted, sorry, and you'll be left with a spiraling staircase. So once you've done this, congratulations, you have made it past the hard part. All that's left now is just to do the floors and the walls, and that is what took me about 2 to 3 days, collecting materials and all that sort of stuff. I think I ended up actually destroying that other building there that you're seeing, and I ended up using the materials from that to put into this one as well. Alright, so next we're going to build the foundation. You're going to want to delete that bottom floor and then just fill it with foundation. So basically what I do is a 14 by 14 square, I think. That stands a little bit outside of your base. So you can either go through and do the deterioration. You can go through and do the deterioration off, or just do a 12 by 12. I think 12 by 12 fits in. So yeah, that also works. And then see, here's the sound cuts off just because I'm listening to music and can't put that in YouTube. So off we go. Now we've got our base in. We're going to start working on the walls. From here, you can change to clean materials if you want. You can use any type of materials, whatever you think looks best. Personally, I thought stone is just a bit easier to get than that clean building one. So I use stone, but you can use the clean material from here on out. And then basically, you're going to do the floor plan. So the floor plan is um, what you're seeing on screen. Yeah, the floor plan is what you see on screen before. So just pause it, take a screenshot. But yeah, so basically, you're gonna want to go like, I think it's like start. It's 4 out from where you start. 4 blocks out, 3 to the side, and then 5 back, and then it goes 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5 all the way around. Eventually, you get used to it, and it will just be like uh, you can just do it off the like your memory type thing. Just keeping in mind that the floors below you will be 5 degrees off every time. Um, and then yeah, when you finish building up the floors, you'll be left with a structure that looks like this, and it will start to take some shape. And all that's left now is to go put in your glass walls and your clean walls. So for me personally, I like to have at least a couple of floors between um on my first like floor sort of thing, you know what I mean? My lobby. So I take the first 2 floors off and I'll just build from there. So my first ground floor is about, I think it's two glass ones, and I like to put the glass ones on the sides that have 5 tiles on it. Um, this front bit I'm doing glass. This side here is all supposed to be the clean materials, but I like glass for the front door, so I use glass. But this is where you put all of them going all the way up. The side that has 5 tiles running on it. And also, as well, you want to attach at the bottom level, you want to attach from the top, but as you go up, starting from the second level upwards, you want to attach it to the ground, to what you're walking on, which I'll show you in a minute. Or like right there, you can see how it's attached to the ground, and it actually runs to the roof. Whereas if you were to attach it to the roof, you're going to have a gap between in like some areas. So it's best off just running it from the roof to the ground, just like I did there. And then everywhere else, once you got the glass walls in, everywhere else is going to be clean. So that's pretty easy. So basically, the 4s and the 2s, I think. The 4, yeah, the side that has 4 tiles and the side that has the 2 tiles, just like that there. That's what you want to like aim for to do the cleans. And eventually, once you're done, you'll be left with this amazing looking skyscraper for your base. And this can fit absolutely everything in there. Little quick tip though as well. I'm pretty sure it only goes up, like your base line only goes up to like level 15, something like that. After that, like you can see halfway through that there is like a cutoff. But yeah, that's everything I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Well, and also, this is not my idea. I did not make this idea for the skyscraper. I have taken this idea from, I think his name is Vilestride. So if you haven't gone and checked his channel out already, go check his channel out. He does some amazing builds. He also has done what is it, like a yacht type thing as well. And that looks absolutely amazing. So I will be also trying to do a yacht build later on. But for now, I just want to try and get this out as quickly as possible. So yeah, go give him a follow. He's doing some amazing work over there. I'll leave his channel down in the description. Yeah. Thanks for watching along. If you made it this far, fuck, you're a legend. See you in the next one.